guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making banana bread from a really old cookbook called The Joy of Cooking. So as you guys might know by now, I kind of collect old cookbooks and sometimes magazines and stuff, and I've been especially interested in old recipes for I would say a couple of years now, and this book in particular I've used a fair bit, as you guys can tell by the little sort of stickers I put on pages of stuff that I've either already made and really liked, or just things that I generally want to try to make. I actually got this particular cookbook because of the Addams Family. I also really love old TV shows, especially like sitcoms, rom-coms, that type of stuff, and the Addams Family is one of my all-time favorite ones. Obviously I haven't just watched the show, I've also watched the movies, especially the two movies from the 90s are really good, and I don't remember exactly in which one of those two movies, but in one of them there's this scene with the grandmother cooking, well, supposedly she's cooking, and she has a book of Grey's Anatomy next to a book called The Joy of Cooking. And that's kind of initially what made me curious about the book. Like I said, I've used it quite a lot, and I think generally the recipes are really good. So today I'm going to be making banana bread. This is the recipe I'm going to be making. The first thing I want to mention is that unfortunately I'm going to have to somewhat substitute one ingredient, the third of a cup of shortening, because basically I think shortening is a very American thing. Don't quote me on that, but I've personally never seen shortening sold anywhere in any place that I've been to, unless it's an American, like, imported products supermarket, which are usually quite small and there aren't that many around. So yeah, I'm not going to use shortening. I'm just going to substitute with kind of like a margarine, I guess, called vaqueiro, because that is what I usually use when making anything that calls for shortening or butter. I just finished the first step in this recipe, which is to blend until creamy the shortening, or in this case kind of margarine, sugar, lemon rind, and I also added the egg to it. Now I'm going to basically alternate in 3 parts the flour mixture with the mashed bananas. I already have here the measured flour with the baking powder, the baking soda, so I just need to mash a couple of bananas now. I think I'm gonna go with 3 because these bananas, even though they're all very ripe, they're not exactly that huge. It actually looks like it's not quite a full cup, so I think I'm gonna go for 3.5 bananas. So this is basically 4 bananas actually, but it is a pretty full cup and I'm quite happy with that amount, so I'm just gonna go with that. Now I'm finally going to move on to the next step and just kind of in 3 different parts add the flour and then the bananas and then the flour and then the bananas and then the flour and then the bananas, and that should be about it for the recipe. I've had the oven preheating for a while at 350 Fahrenheit, which is around 180 Celsius. And the last thing that I'm still going to add is kind of optional in the recipe. It says you may add to the batter 1 cupful of raisins, soft dried prunes or apricots or dates, and/or half a cupful of nut meats. I might add maybe a little bit of pecans and dates because I absolutely love both of those things, but they are completely optional. So I'm going to add a few pretty big dried dates, and I think I'm gonna go for about 4 since they're pretty big, and just try to cut them a bit smaller. That's in total about a cup. This might take a bit. As you guys can see, that's quite a few chunks in there. I'm just going to give this one last mix and then into a greased pan, and it's gonna go in the oven for about an hour. So as you guys can see, it's pretty well greased. Here's the finished, well, here's the prepped product, and I'll see you guys in about an hour. So I cut the banana bread into 10 pieces. It looks really good, very, very soft, which isn't surprising considering there's 4 mashed up bananas in here. It just looks really, I know some people hate the word, but moist. It's really good. It's very sweet. It does taste like banana. I got a little bit of date, which gives it a caramel taste, which I love. I love dates. I love dates on anything and everything, even savory dishes. I also really like pecans, so I think this is great. And all in all, I would give this recipe a 9 out of 10. If you decide to try it, let me know how it goes. Yeah, it's really good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.